Are we live? Hopefully we're live. Didn't realize how loud this sound. Okay, we're live. Just checking myself out. Just checking myself out. Alright, everybody. I was supposed to come here like hours ago, but I was still doing some editing stuff, some research. Hope everybody is good. Yes, I kind of did a clickbait, but it's the only way to get people to come in. But also, it might correlate with the title anyway. So, yeah. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Here is Cash App. Right there. It'll be there throughout the whole entire screen. So, $1 holla. $1 holla. Will be much appreciated. Yesterday, I had to capture this. I posted on my YouTube community 7/17/7/17, literally the time and the date. And then hours later, it was 9/19, and then today it was 7/18, 7/18, and I'm like, okay, I see the signs here. I wasn't too big on the signs before, but I am now, and I think this is real, what I believe in, and what I'm seeing. So I got something new here, a little thing to make the video more. Got new glasses. It's like my old one, but darker, in a darker look. You can get them anywhere pretty much. Just look up brown glasses or Gothic glasses, Gothic round glasses. But I got these for $3. $3. But it'll hold 3 like that. $3. So, those who are new, welcome to my channel. I appreciate it. But I am at home. Those who are wondering if you hear stuff in the background, I live with my mother, so I'm on here so I can do what I love, teach. A little fun fact about me, I kind of lost everything last year, like my job that I was working with for like 5 years, and then they only gave me $1 raise after 5 years. I said, fuck it, y'all don't deserve me. And I was paying rent on top of rent. So imagine I wasn't really saving much. The most I could save out of my check was like $400, but barely, because I had to eat and so and insurance on the side. Rent was like $1,600 a month. 2 roommates who did not help pay bills. I had to pay everything. But then again, it was like a life lesson karma in reverse. But at the same time, I needed to get myself out of the situation. Because I let people take advantage of me. Like, to think I would learn by now, but when I was in New York, it still kept happening. People was taking advantage of me. I'm like, just because I'm nice, don't mean I'll give you the whole world. So that's why I'm kind of on YouTube too, for that reason, to try to at least gain something out of this. Try to get some type of income out of this. But I had to have experience in life in order to make content. I didn't want to just make random videos so that I can get people just to hear. No. Videos based off my experience, my knowledge, journey. I mean, most people already exposed me in the light. They didn't have to say my name, honestly. If you're tapped in, you're clairvoyant, then you know what goes on in the ether and other realms of what I do. Or what we all do. You learn. So now I come intuitive with my own power and knowledge of what I know based off my mind's eye and past life memories and of this life memories. And I'm okay with failing in life and rising up. You know, that's how you live and you learn. And I stopped taking life too seriously, and I stopped being so gullible, because everyone around me lies to me all the time. Yeah, I'd be so truthful. I might hide some facts about me, yes. But it doesn't mean you have the right to lie. You know, but people do what they want to do when it comes to me. And I emerged into my full power yesterday. So I am doing service openings. I might build a website where you can contact me. So, I mean, I have multiple websites. I just need to revamp them. Figure out my password to them. Yeah. Like, say one of the services I might do is like spell work. Yes, I'm Wiccan/pagan, which is a witch. I practice almost every type of magic, like voodoo, anything. But whether it's black or white, nothing is good or evil when it comes to me. It's all about your intention. So if you're someone who's looking to remove a curse, or to remove a hex, or to put a hex on somebody, come to me. And it's very affordable. Say I might do spells for like $15. Then I'll do readings for like $5, $7. Usually I'll do spells for 10. Readings for 8. So 10 plus 8 gives you 18. 8 plus 1 gives you the frequency of 9. So yeah. If you want me to help you figure out if somebody is cursing you or putting evil out on you, to find that out for you, all you gotta do is just shoot me an email. I'll put my email underneath this video, or yeah, underneath this video. Let me do it now. We're live, watching live. I'll put email below so that you can email me. I wonder, can I? You know? Oh. No, never mind. Here, I'll just write it on the screen. This is my email. If you feel like you have a hex on you or a curse on you, I could probably teach you some steps on how to break it, or I can break it for you with spellbook. But most of the time it takes vision and intuition, imagination to where the spell to work. It takes my mind and your mind power. Note, I will not kill anybody for you. I just asked you. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, but like, you're not killing nobody, you're just putting them underneath their own thing. What they did to you comes back to them 3 times. So, email. So this is my email. I'm gonna fix the thing. Mind you, I'm divinely protected, so anything you do to me comes back to you 3 times. I already been through enough, so I can always go to hell and back. I vacation there, really. You know how many people put curses on me, hexes? I've been through near-death experiences. Something always wants me out. Something always wants me in. Yeah. It's me. I'm here for a reason. You're here for a reason. If you fucking with me, you fucking with the divine faith. But they didn't put my birth reason. Alright. There's my email. Just contact me for a spell or a reading. I don't do love spells. I do good fortune type spells and success spells or blockages, but I don't do death spells. Trap somebody into their minds, yes. I can make somebody do what they did to you 3 times, yes. Or I can make somebody stop talking about you, gossiping, yes. Up something, maybe, but that might be a bigger price for you and for me, so that on the down low. But anyway, my email is right there. Feel free to email me. But don't send no negativity. Whatever thought form, negativity you got towards me is really you projecting yourself onto me. And I'm sick of people doing that. Like, I get it. My name is Desire. Like, I get it. Like, Jesus. Can give you everything in the world. You have to do that yourself. Like, I'm gonna have to do this myself. So, today's topic is about my experience in the quantum realm and how to raise your God consciousness, your Christ-like consciousness. Literally, I associate with the Christ-like consciousness. Like, you know how Jesus died on 33? Like, every number always represents 33. And my name, birth chart, and number when I go to work, any type of job, I always have 33 or 33 in it. So, this is about my past life, one of my past lives, and this will be a series. This is just part 1, and this is the beginning of time, when time didn't exist, or time existed but time wasn't created. So, really clickbait, kind of have to, in order to get followers or people to chime in, want to know this stuff. So if you're into past life, learning about past life memories, past life consciousness, or Christ-like consciousness, or Jesus-like consciousness, I'm not a regressionist or regression therapy because I know 2 shits about regression therapy. I just know that how I got to where I am today to know my own self is because of trauma. So some may say that you're schizophrenic. If you're schizophrenic, well, you can hear spirits from other dimensions. You can. And I believe if you have ADHD, you're a multiple dimensional being. You could travel in and out of ramps. You can be in 2 places at once, or multiple places, like myself. So it's okay to have mental illness. It's okay. Just, learn to accept what it is, Not everything is mental illness. Spirituality shouldn't be a mental illness. What we know and what we feel in our mind shouldn't be a mental illness. Like, why? So I'm here to help you unlock your consciousness to remember you through my story. Let's get started, shall we? And again, I'm 28 years old, born May 9th, 1995. If you want to do some type of reading on me or whatever, go for it. A lot of people already have. It's nothing I've never seen in the ether that you can't do to me yet. Like I said, I vacation in hell. No, I'm vacation in heaven. I'm doing what I like to do, not what nobody else does. Or what nobody else told me to do. I'm done with that shit. That is like level 1 dimensional thinking. being my prime story. You gotta think like a god in order to be a god. Above nobody, but you're more in tune with yourself and know thyself. And for a long time, it took me a while. Why did I say it like that? It took me a while to get to this level of thinking. Don't take life too seriously. Say this 3 times a day. Life is too short. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Say that all the time. Eat it up. Stop worrying about what people think of you or what they're gonna think of you. Like, who gives a shit? They're not gonna be here in the long run. They're not. Life is too short. Tell your story. Please tell your story. Anyway, email right there. AishaThomas95@gmail.com. If you have any questions, concerns, I'm concerned too. Want spells to be done. Again, I do not do love spells or death spells. I could put an end to something, but no death spells. And to remind you, I'm divinely protected. Anything you do to me comes back to you 3 times. I've been through hell. I think it. My Cash App is the follower lavender. It was supposed to be flower, but I got drunk one day and just, put that instead. But, yeah. This is my channel, Aphrodite. Alright, let's get started. So, the title does not resonate with what's going on in this video today. The title is about the cave story, and it took me a long time to rewrite this story. It's like, and there's multiple stories within the story. This is just the beginning. Let's get started. Oh, it's the having problems. I always stay having problems. Wearing shades. The biggest elephant in the room is my lazy eye. I hate it. You can't make fun of me for it. Only I can. Over. Make sure you donate. If you donate, I'll shout you out. If you got a YouTube channel, and if you comment during live or after this video, I'll shout you out in the next video. I'm not greedy when it comes to views. I think everybody deserves success. So, yeah. This is just me. I'm chilled, vibe. I'm laid back. So, and my voice kind of has like a little, like, Selena Gomez type voice. Yeah. So what everybody keeps telling me. So the last live, I tried to do the split screen thing, and I realized how I can do it. I'm so slow. I'm pulling up the PowerPoint from last. This is a 8-part story. This took me a long time to do, from 7/13/2023. I started at 8:37 p.m. Each part took me about like an hour to actually sit there and think, to remember what I remembered. And then I just finished yesterday. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it took me about like 5 days, a week. And an hour and a half of each day. It was a lot for me to write. Like, a lot. So I kind of did it like a storytelling. But I'm gonna slow down and talk about each part because I'm be here for a good ass hour. So you better get your popcorn, your snacks. Enjoy this video. Hopefully this helps somebody, because it helped me to let go of certain things that was holding me back. Appreciate everybody joining the live. Make sure you like it. Again, Cash App me $1 to holla. And I appreciate you, honestly. Grab a pen and a piece of paper if you need to. Yeah. So I got my little PowerPoint here. I'm wondering. Alright, let's do a quick summary. This is the story of one of my first past lives that I had many visions and dreams of, and yet this of Adam and Eve story, the first creation of human experiences, but this is my story of how I remembered and came to be. We are all spirits having a human experience, and what we vision in our mind is real. Don't let anyone tell you what you see or feel isn't real. So let's begin. This is the story of the time in the cave. The cave, to me, seems like a subconscious mind, what is being hidden on the surface. This is also a part of the story, how I got out of my maze and came to be, and understand who I am as a human and as a goddess. And I hope this helps anyone who is lost within themselves and woke up from the truth. I know you've been in a spiritual war of self, so have I, where I have questioned my mind eye and what I see and feel. I tell you what, look no further. The answers might be in the story. And I hope you come to love it like I do. Thank you for everything. Honestly, this is a second chance for me to tell it like it is. Welcome to the cave story. Alright, let me see if I can put fire music background instead. so it'll feel like a real legit storytelling. Don't let me hear that. I I'm not gonna show any clips of videos because I got a copyright strike on that last video, and that sucks. And I was on YouTube, so I'm like, how? But I'm still keep going. Really need the light focus. So last live I talked about day 1 through 4. This is just a follow-up. Not really a follow-up, but like I just kind of rewrote it. So I'm gonna do split screen. Yeah, I'll show what I need to show after. Alright, day 1. The face-to-face, how we start is how we finish. First live, I explained to you that there were 2 people in the cave. They had to learn to live among each other and learn to survive and create the world. In the beginning, there was no time, no light, only darkness. We were called the level 1 beings, human creatures even. Our skin was the color of the cave. The cave I showed you was a reference. So, I have another reference of the cave and what that cave represents. So we was inside of a volcano, really, and we didn't know until after we got outside of the cave that we a volcano. So this place in North Mythology it's called, cannot pronounce it, so I'm gonna copy, paste it.
Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. And in Muspelheim, we learned a lot of stuff. Now, I didn't know what these names were called during this time of discovering of oneself in past life until I started to get into mythology and learning about or creatures or beings that were associated with me. I didn't talk about the creatures that I came across that I slaved. Not slaved, but like that I went to war with. Like, one was the dragon. I had multiple dreams about a dragon being in the cave. Being just like, I guess just stuck there in a cave with the dragon. And I think was before this time. Or no, actually, this was after. Or in between. No, it was after. So yeah, I didn't talk about that here, but I will talk about it in the next live or towards the end of the video, type of beings and creatures that I came across during this time period. I mean, what's it called again? I'm not too big on these names. Again, when I was exploring these type of lives, they gave me name, but I couldn't quite understand.
Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. This is a place called Muspelheim. Muspelheim is where we live. And sorry. So feel free to comment things like. So this is the story of Muspelheim, the cave. The cave I do not know the name of. We was in a volcano, and I just now realizing we was in a volcano. In this story I pictured, or I gave a description that it was red. So that's what came to mind. Okay. Our skin was the color of the cave. Okay. The cave I show you was a reference, but it was a darkest red-brown color. We had learned to build fire and hunt from the crystals. We didn't have names until night 4 when I met the magician. So again, let's go back to the PowerPoint. These, wait, not that. That's how I showed you how I entered. Not that. That's the cave. These are the crystals. Well, not that. The crystals in the cave. We'll find them like all over the wall or inside of the cave. And each time we kept holding a certain crystal, the crystal would teach us certain things, certain elements. So this is the magician in the middle. This is me in my past life, what I could possibly look like, and this is my partner, what he could possibly look like. They're just references. So magician, me on the left, and my partner. We had 2 children, me and my partner. So on night 1, we learned our 6 senses. We knew we had what we called a face. There's lips, ears, eyes, head. First, touch was sex to keep each other warm when it got cold or when we wanted to entertain ourselves. Our first meal was sea animals from the pond. Cave has the cave has the crystal had told us how to cook the fish or sea animals and how to eat them. When we touched the crystals, they had a glow effect, would often show us visions. So, like everything was birthed out of, like our clothes was birthed out of it. Our food, how we got food, certain foods. And we saw many other, like, creatures too when we explored the cave. And that, the cave was like this, like, big, just like this, but a little bit more bigger. Again, the crystals. We would get the crystals off, and the crystals would show us and teach us certain things. And we also learned our powers from them. One power that we learned was telekinesis. In the beginning, we didn't have the languages. So when we learned how to create fire, we learned our languages. But then we learned how to speak. Only through telekinesis, but also by mouth, with words. And we learned multiple languages through these crystals. We learned our elements. We learned about mostly everything. They was like a book to us. So again, we was inside of a cave called
Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. This is Muspelheim. Volcano. Do time bending, bonding with each other's souls or objects, astral projection. That's where I learned Orient vision. I guess he learned his past life regression, his clairvoyant, his gift. He has other abilities, but I'm gonna make another section for him to talk about him alone, of what I remember from his past life. We learned to channel energy, see future, past, present events, able to create one's path, meaning we was able to quantum but it feels really heavy in here. I don't know. I have an energy. I just drank a Red Bull. Okay. So anyway, day 2. Day two comes around, we discover we can communicate telepathically, meaning we could only talk through the mind because language was not created at the time. We spoke of the mind, but after we learned about the fire taught us how to speak our language and created one for us. Then we saw what we truly look like to each other and told us what we look like. How our language was spoken, it was like Roman and Jewish language mixed together. For like the way we wrote it, it's like that mixed together. It was like a native tongue almost. Okay. Then yeah, we eventually saw a reflection of ourselves through the water we was hunting from to get our dinner, and the real magic began. The crystals taught us our elements and how to use them, and learn the names of the sea animals we was eating from and where our home was. My second half, aka husband, knew things before me because each night before bed I would see him talk to the walls of the cave and crystals. He would be in a haze-like state, daydreaming, doze off, or zone out, and I couldn't see what he was saying or thinking. We talked for hours on end, learning our differences. He was teaching me about his elements and how they are different from mine, and it's male and I'm female, and that we can create. Tell me where that information comes from. There's a lot of stuff that he never told me I had to find out in this life. So I did 3 sex magic. We learned sex magic. We learned our body parts in different sex positions. We knew that certain sex positions gave us energy, magic, and power, and would be able to learn new things from it. On that night, I got mad at him and told him I wanted to explore something new. I think there's more to it than the cave. I told him this during sex, and this is where the abuse began to keep me from exploring the cave. He did all he could to keep me from exploring the cave, but it kept calling me. When no my name at the time, I told him, "Why do you keep me this way? What are you afraid of?" Then he told me, "I like it. No, I'm selfish, but you're the only thing I need in this cave." Left him and walked off and didn't look back. When I got up, he grabbed my arm once more, stopped me, and then I pulled away to explore. I found myself wandering off, touching the crystals. My mind rolled back in tears, seeing something outside of the cave from the crystals, and a voice shook the cave and woke me up from the vision. This is when I met the big magician. During these times of remembering my past life, I always had a vision of the magician first. Like, he would pop up everywhere, even in TV shows or like things that I'm reading, or I'll see him in the corner of my eye. I don't see him as much now than I did back then. And I don't really have these reincarnated So day 4. Day 4. Meeting the magician. When the cave was shocked by the voice, I go, "Who are you?" I was going back and forth in circles in one spot, trying to find where the voice was, and could not find the being behind the voice. So then the voice goes, "I am the magician, your savior." I got a little upset by the title, but the conversation continued. Then I go, "Where am I?" It got quiet for a second, and the voice came on again. "You mean to tell me he didn't tell you where you are, my child?" He said it in a slow tone, deep voice. "No, so where am I? So where are we?" Out in the cave was a darker part of the cover. What? Cave, darker part of the cave, darker than the rest of the room, and I began to stare at it for a moment. "I can show you where we are if you like." He gave me a soft laugh that the air flew from the corner of the darkness into my direction. "Yes, I want to explore to know where it is, where here is." Then he told me where I should go to get out of the cave, and I followed the voice as I got to the tip of the cave. There was more to the cave than meets the eye. More crystals, all kinds of shapes. From we knew, all had different information on it. Kept getting smaller as I climbed out of it and saw a doorway that leads to the unknown. So I waited out for the voice to come back on. Then the magician said, "Push the door up and up with both hands to open." So I did, and you can hear it and move back open. Then I saw something darker with the brighter lights on the roof. That was called the night sky. That was day 4. Alright, this is day 5. The thing is touching me. Oh, stop. Okay. Day 5. On this day, this is where I escaped and came to understand by the magician. Some would call this action, others would call this exploring reality realms of life. Some would call it just gone mad. But know that it is your truth from your perspective and stand on it. So the magician also came out of the cave, also looked like a male, but much taller than my husband, who's still in the cave trying to summon me back in the cave. I go, "The magician, what is this place?" He moved forward to me, standing next to me, pointing to the roof, and said, "This is your home. This is where you began. It's whatever you want to call it, my dear. You created the world, so did he." I looked back at where we just left from, knowing I was there the whole time, wondering what it was like outside the cave, and he kept me there for so long and knew about it. So then I go, why did I create this place? He put his hands on my right shoulder. My girl, you are the goddess of creation, the queen of his creation. You need to create. Again, a look that felt like I was unsettled. My girl, you are indeed a goddess. You are who you are. I pointed something in the distance of us. What is that? It's called... Wait. I don't know how to say these names. Let's go back. It might be right in my head, but I spelled that so wrong.
Yggdrasil.
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 Yggdrasil. Let's just call it the tree of life. You are in... It's called Yggdrasil. It's what's connected to the 9 realms, my girl. We sat down next to the tree and he told me of a world that I would soon be in and not understand, and would forget about this world and my husband and children. A path you must take, not only for you, but also for the rest of us, to bring back their creator. To bring back what? To bring back what they have, what that world has lost. What the world has lost. I look and go, what have they lost? Then he asks. Take a guess. We have something that their world no longer has, not even the technology their creator can give back, or to create even. Their gods and goddesses have given up on them, but you have not, and don't know what society is, or what is even human is, yet you care for them because you have created them in your image. So in that path, you lost it along the way, but knew how to gain it back to what I am, because I have not yet to understand who I am or what I can do, but I know already that there is this feeling called love. But only I felt it with one person, and that is with him. Because I have not yet, that is with him. He laughed and said, you also love yourself. And that his name is Asgard. And he goes by many names, and you are Emblo. I don't know how to say that. And go by many names. Sometimes you are known as the Lady of Heaven, or the Lady of Creation, Lady of Sky, lust, love, and sex. And the male is the opposite of you, but one and the same. If I were you, I wouldn't tell him about our encounter. Don't tell him you saw something outside, or knew that, or know what an outside is. He is trying to keep you locked up from your power and this world. That's day 5. I got like 2 more to go. 3 more to go. Day 6. Day 6. The day the tree spoke to me. After talking to the magician, I went back inside and the door to the cave mysteriously disappeared. I went back to my partner. He was there learning from the crystals and made dinner. I touched his shoulders to snap out of it. His eyes were a color I haven't seen before. He goes, "Where have you been, my love?" I'm guessing he learned some new words from the crystals, and I go, "Was on the other side of the cave doing some thinking about it, home." My heart began to jump, but I kept a straight face so he wouldn't ruin my thoughts. "I can tell you what happened. I ate some of my dinner, waited for it to pass down, and said, 'Oh, but I felt you, my love.' He looked like he got upset and angry, then gave me a soft laugh and walked over to kiss my forehead. I only continued to eat my dinner gracefully. Well, to turn it off without thoughts for a second, to drink some water. Realization that I shouldn't have said what I said. Then he asks, Then he asks, wait a minute. What told you, or how did it tell you? I looked around while his gaze was following my movement, and I grabbed the crystal. This crystal, and I began speaking. I began to speak with one-on-one, and it was telling me and showing me how some things, the same one you were holding, my love, I found more of them. He laughed, ate his dinner, sat next to me, and pointed at my neck. I'm gonna get to this part in a second. I'm gonna explain the whole shit. Okay. And his hand felt icy cold. My heart jumping and racing, knowing I couldn't escape because he thought I didn't know how to escape yet. No talking to the crystal anymore, my love. Bad things could happen and leave bad imagination in your mind. And don't think I will not find out about it when we descend and rise out to make fun. So later that night, we did our bedtime routine was not normal, but became a symbol to the society of couples in the future from what the magician told me when I was by the tree with him. So, after our argument, I waited till he was asleep to wander off out of the cave. There, where the tree began to have conversation. He told me about the new world I will be living in and the unborn son I will have to face in the future, and he will soon be in the world with me, but will try to destroy humanity, and how my family will be reincarnated in that world and will not believe a single word, but only those who have been born during this timeline will come to know who we really are. He and my son will be the most powerful first god and human to ever be created, and he will bring the greatest sword due to how people was treating me in this life and before. Okay, so the next thing, you know how I think I told you this in my past life. I think I told you this. Oh shit, your telephone. Stop. Anyway, I told you how I met the god Loki, but I can't tell you his human name. when we was in Chesapeake, he did this sort of like let me just make this a little bit. There, you can see. So he did this sort of like neck thing. That triggered the hell out of me for some reason. He went like this. And I felt so weird. Like, I think that would help me open up my memory more. I was like, why does that seem so familiar? He did that on the first night when we met. Like, the fuck? Sorry. We had to be there to understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, back to the mainland story. Sorry, I just ran out of energy because something is here. Got your energy. I hate this internet. I'm gonna be back with the story. Just give me a minute. Just taking a little break. Country is like, yeah. I'm just trying to get this over done with so I can move on to the next part. Like, I don't want to move on, but you know. Okay, anyway. But yeah, I gotta stop. Back in action. Alright, so this is day 7. First creation of the sun. That one time, mama, which is day 8. If you're just coming live, feel free just to rewatch this video over. It'll always be up. So, the first creation of the sun. Day I got up the next day I got up while he was asleep and went to the tree and spoke to it. I saw the branches from the tree, grabbed both of my wrists and pulled me up to the tree. This is when I really started to have the open tree. Now I kind of tied them together and makes sense of when I started to dream of the open tree. So the tree branch. Okay. I was struggling to get off from the branches and couldn't get them off. My arms and legs began to bleed. Then a magician showed up from behind the tree and did a small scream to the point where when I did a small scream to the point where the wind blew in my hair and only in my direction. Jason began to speak. Good God, my goddess, stop struggling. It is trying to show you something. I began to relax one part of my body to another and looked at the tree of movement and saw a light red rise so bright from behind it. You can only see the center of the tree and nothing else of the line in front of it, behind it. The lumens pointed to my forehead, and it was more. Felt my eyes roll back. The beginning. Felt my eyes roll back. The magician told me they were pure white, and to have visions of my son in the future. Our son was called the messenger of God. He had many names throughout time in the beginning. He had no name until I called him Mercury, or that's what I got from my vision. So, I showed you a reference of what my two children look like. Someone like this, but a little bit like albino-ish. But darker. So that's my sound. That was how I used to look like as a kid. Mercury. Really was truly back then. But don't worry about the titles when it comes to these names. And I saw how I would give birth by the pond in our cave. The tree showed me how he would grow up in this world and have many beings like us, following his example of his message. And he also taught us about the new world and how to survive their technology. The tech we use now became their machine. So the machine created their matrix, their reality. And I learned all of this through, I'm not going to say that name, through the tree. So the tree began to say, your son, who is the messenger of God, is the one that put you in your mental maze, but also help you shape who you are to remember you. Long ago, you got mad at him for something he had done, so in return, he trapped you in a place he knew you wouldn't be able to get out of or to live without once you got out of it. You would be addicted to your emotions and knew that it was a place you can call your creation, a place where you were able to bend time and reality all together and can enter and interact and be able to travel throughout dimensions of the cosmos realm, but was not able to sustain information back to that society unless you come to understand who and what you are. The soul or spirit of Hermon chose you for a reason, due to your spiritual abilities and higher awareness. higher awareness of consciousness, you are able to be a multiple dimensional being, and it is one of the most powerful bodies of creation. The sun ray from behind the tree lost its luminance, and the tree slowly put me down. Jason helped me to get from the branches, but my husband found us, and I was floating in the magician's arms as I turned to the side and was shocked to see him, and yelled at us, saying, "Let her go now, you beast of a being! How dare you touch her and let her know these false allegations that haven't come into existence to be. Let go, or there will be war." The magician slowly put me down. The magician slowly put me to the ground of grass as I lay in haze, trying to get back into this time frame. The husband ran up to me and pushed the magician to the side, and on his shoulders back inside of the cave to lock away for good. This explains why this time I'm stuck in a room. It's like history repeated itself, but also time was bent slightly off. Like, I've met almost about every single body in my past life. The only thing that haven't really came true yet is everybody being in one room. I don't think I'm ready. I don't think none of us is ready for that. Because, oh man, please don't be frozen. Yeah, you gotta be frozen. Okay, never mind. If we was all in one room, how would we be able to handle what we know today about ourselves? Like, how would we be able to handle what we know about ourselves? And, like, the things that I know about myself today and back then, I didn't think was real. Until more recently. Two other clairvoyants told me what I vision, what I see, and what I feel is real. It's true. But I've been saying like affirmations. I'm closing my eyes. Still. Like, as a collective, like, will we be able to handle that? Like, we can barely handle each other in our dreams. Let alone me, I freak out the most. Can't turn it on. This is just my human side. It's like, what the fuck? All the time. And when we meet up in the dream realm, how we enter the dream realm is totally different. Like, sometimes we'll be under the sea, under the ocean. I don't know where and what place, but it's something that feels like home to us, or what we call home. Hold up. Oh no, it's... Okay. Better. Alright. So, what we feel or see Wait, what did I say? Oh, something about when we meet up in the astral world, like for these little meetings. Um, One, we'll be under the sea, a place that we will call home. I just don't know where. Or we'll be on the carousel, kind of like how American Gods, they was on the carousel. It was sort of like that. It's funny how the American Gods got the exact, like, how we actually really enter. I wish I could show you a clip of it, how they did it. But if you've seen the American Gods, you see that. I think that was in season 1, where they entered the carousel, where they was on the carousel with Shadow, and he was with all the gods, and they turned them to their true forms, but still kind of look like the human form in a way. That's how we did it, or always done it. And it comes to amaze me, like, as I'm thinking about the story. Okay, I'll get back to it. As I'm thinking about this story, putting every one dream into big dream, and what it all really means, it makes sense of how I got here today. Don't worry though, I'm gonna get y'all back in the next life. Because in order to remember who you are subconsciously, they will put you through a test, through a simulation. And only the toughest will survive. Like, it took me 11 years to get out of it. To come to realization, like, this shit is real. I'm like, I don't like this because of what it done to me. Like, I don't want nobody else to experience this. But I'm like, there's many more coming to waking up, to know that they are a god or goddesses, and that what they dream and feel and hear is real. I made this, by the way. Thought you can see it, but you can see it. I just made it today. It's one of those, like, success pocket. But yeah, I might start selling these. These are like herbs that I put together. Oh, no. But I made this out of Mother Nature. Put tip on it. But, alright. So yeah, just remember what you know inside your mind is real. What you see in your mind's eye is real. Because I had good ass energy before I started. Something fucked it up. But it is what it is. Rather than getting no sleep. So this is us again. Me, the magician, and his husband, our ex-husband from the past life. No offense. And this is a kid, Hermes Mercury, when he was a child. And don't think I'm entitled with the name because I really don't know. I'm just telling you my story. Day, the day he was created, the day we escape and go to a new home. This is the day. This is the time where I had to to the top of the screen. So this is the day that when everything was put together. When I started to dream about poetry. This is the day that I was in a tree for like 9 days straight. Just like how Odin sacrificed himself on the tree. I sacrificed something too, which was probably like my beauty or something. Slowly gaining each of my powers back, little by little. Still slowly gaining them back. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. This is trippy. Oh, I see. Last part of the story. Day 8. So again, like I said, this is where I started dreaming of the Odin tree and how I sacrificed myself in that tree. I don't know how I did it or why I did it. Cause like before all of this started to happen, I never looked up any of this shit. Like never. That's why I don't know none of the names now or the beings now. I just know what I see. Nerd. Or from visions. Alright. Okay. So, it was the first time we ever heard rain. You can imagine the cave feeling cold and light, and learned to create better clothes with the material things around us to keep us warm or to keep us cool. I woke up the day after knowing the tree took most of my energy, and I knew my husband had done something to me to keep me powerless, escaping. I knew I knew I should have told him about all of this, just like he didn't tell me about the things he knows. Maybe he was afraid of me in the future. He was scared of what I could become. Little did I know I would be scared of me as well, and of him, knowing what he future. My son tried to destroy him for me, and I saw we was going to have a daughter. And blonde hair girl, straight hair. I think I used to call her like Harmony. I always get that name in my dream. Harmona. Yeah, she looked exactly like that. But with bluer eyes. They look more Pleiadian-ish. Or like they was from Atlantis. But yeah. What my guest daughter used to look like. And then the son would look like this. Again, I don't really know their names. I just know one was the girl was Hermione. Hermione. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's like all the way over there. I'm almost the slide. Yeah. Sorry. But none of us like gross. But we're all, some of us. Lost track. Hold on, let me get back. Let me get back. Let me take this off. Smells just. Take it on. Okay. Anyway. I am getting distracted. So we knew that we was gonna have a daughter, right? And I needed her to be born. She is more powerful than all of us together, and all the three of us make the whole Trinity: Sun, Moon, Earth, Soul. Sun, Moon, Earth, Soul, Mind, Body, for the next generation of gods and goddesses. Her gift alone could make more gods and goddesses than I could, because I knew in the near future I wouldn't have time left to create time in that realm. It's limitless. Powers couldn't work there. I would be forgotten, but I found out I could escape that world through my mind, just like I began to do in this time. Like, I would have to put in twice the work for the world to see me again. As the rain hit harder, and husband is too busy with the crystals. Somehow, it became very dark, and I heard the magician's voice saying, I am coming to set you free, so you can travel with the boy. The girl will be born with the boy. They are twins. He did this to you while you were in your sleep. After me and him got into a fight, you will hear the change. He did this in your sleep after me and him got in a fight. You will hear the change unlocked, and you have things waiting for you in the front. And when the next lightning hits the ground, and he is knocked out, it is your move to escape. I waited out and did everything the magician told me. I took my chance to escape. This is when I escaped and found myself entering the tree. So let's see if I can find. Trying to see something. Well, he's hung on the tree, just not in it. Wait a minute. I keep seeing the shadow figure just like this. Now I'm knowing who the fuck that was. Okay. Now I'm just realizing who it was. It was Odin. Sneaky, sneaky little dude. But yeah, that's how I escaped, and I came to this world. I died through a tree and came here. But yeah, that was part one, the beginning. Day 1 through. Well, this is part 2. Part 2 and 1. Night 4 through 8. I'm in night 1 through 8. And, I'm gonna start gathering the apocalypse version of it, or the futuristic version of it, which round we will be in. This round I'll be explaining of. Probably this round. Or the ice round. Yeah, the ice round comes next. But until then, I gotta get used to this thing. until then, yeah, time to go. I hope you like this video, or this live. Sorry, my energy is low. Did what I had to do to share my story. I might upload the story on my YouTube community so you can read it along. But yeah, until then, this is my email. If you want to email me any questions or concerns, I do offerings. I mean, offerings. I do service. Just ask for service. The ideal if you're just now joining in or chiming in. Holla holla. Yeah. Catch up. I appreciate your time and welcome to the World of Phoenix. And stay tuned for the next couple of lives.